Hello, welcome back to More Talk. I'm Kobe Moore, and I'm joined today by Tomi, aka the best basketball player in Australia currently right now. High school D1 recruit, going to be #1 draft pick in the NBA. How you going, bro?
Yeah, I'm doing good, thank you. Thank you for having me.
Are you excited?
Yeah.
I know you were nervous. I know we were in the car. You were shitting your pants to be on a podcast.
Yeah, it was my first time, so just excited to come over here.
That's beauty.
Yeah.
All right, now let's start with your origin story. Okay. When was the first time you picked up a basketball?
I think year 6. It was year 6 at the Stanhope basketball courts. That was my first time.
Okay. And well, why? Like literally just why?
I was kind of a tall kid, and then my friends were playing basketball. They were like, "Why not come along play basketball?" So I was like, "Why not? Let me just try it out."
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And then it just started from there.
So
when was the passion? Because I'm sure it was fun for a bit, but when did it actually start happening?
So I think my first time that I really felt like, I really want to play basketball was primary school, PWSA. You know how everyone went to the school sport? So we had the Ridges team and was playing. They were like, "Oh, just go try for the basketball team."
Yeah.
I was like, "Why not?" I barely play basketball. I went to the tryouts. I was one of the tallest kids there.
Yeah. And
I did my little overarm layup, everything. I remember I was going for a wide open layup. I freaked out, but I made it. So I was like, from then, I was like, okay, I might want to try this. And then we went for the competition. I didn't score a single point the whole competition.
What year was this?
Year 6.
Okay.
Year 6.
So this is before you could actually start, actually ball. Okay.
And I was like, from that day on, I want to play basketball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I remember when I first started, it was year 5, like I was telling you in the car. And the only reason my whole life started to be like this, right, is that I had a meeting for school, right? And it's usually every second Tuesday. And the basketball tryouts was also on that Tuesday of the meeting. So I was like, oh, I have to go to the meeting. I can't go to the basketball tryout. And then the teacher was sick, so she couldn't go to the meeting. So the meeting was cancelled. So because of the meeting's cancelled, I'm like, all right, fuck it. I'm gonna go for a basketball tryout. That was the only gala day I've ever made in my entire schooling career was basketball, purely because I was a fat shit and I was the tallest one on the. So they're like, all right, yeah, we'll give him a shot. And from that moment on, I was like, yeah, done. I'll just put my life to basketball. Doesn't mean I'm good at it, but
you enjoy it at least. Yeah.
Every aspect of my life is like basketball now. It's such like a butterfly effect. Now, let's go from, so you picked up the ball, you started, when did you actually start wanting to play again? Like passion. What was that again?
When after the Ridges tournament, when I didn't make the Sydney West team. So
Gotcha.
It was sort of like a fire lighted inside of me.
Yeah.
I was like, I want to make the team one day.
Yeah.
So
you got from there. And now let's go from the next step. What happened after that?
It was probably my boys like Kingston.
Yeah.
Me and my friend Kingston. We were at the park every day. Like I'm talking every day from morning to night. That summer, we were just at the park hooping.
Yeah.
So that's when my love just started, like little by little, it just kept on going, and I wanted to play the game.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And from there, you were a Hills Hornets representative player for a bit, weren't you?
Yeah, but that was later on.
That was later on.
First, like year 7.
Yeah.
I played local comp.
Yep.
For a bit. I think it took me like 3-4 weeks to get my first point. I'm not gonna lie.
This is so dumb because you just see him play and it's just ridiculous. Yeah. And now I'm hearing you're only chosen because you're the tallest person and all this shit. Yeah.
No, it was bad. Like I'm talking. No, not even. I'm underestimating it. I think I scored my first point on one of the last weeks. Like I'm talking 3 weeks before we was about to go. Like the competition was over. I scored my first point, and I just remember as soon as I got that layup, it was one of them layups where someone missed it. I just went back up.
Yeah.
I was so happy. I couldn't stop smiling. And I look over to my mom. She's smiling. She's clapping. That was the happiest moment. I promise you. I still remember that day. Just looking over at her, and I'm just smiling so hard.
And this was in year 7, right?
Yeah, this was year 7.
Oh, God. I'm actually really enjoying this because because a lot of the time, where I got, for example, UV on the podcast, it was, from, basically, birth, starting to play ball and was already, joining, the 12 bottom age rep teams and all that. but it's like good. It's good to see like the like literally nothing to like growing to something that's like so like incredible. Now, okay, so let's keep talking. So scored your first point at local comp after like 30,000 games. What happened after that?
It was St. Mark's school team.
Represent.
So, yep. I think that was also like one of the biggest parts, because that was like I was a few weeks into reps. Into just playing local comp. So I was good with basketball.
Yeah.
And I think this was coming up to rep trials.
Yeah.
So we go, and that was one of the best years. I think that was the year we won it.
Which was this one? Was this
Parramatta, when we won Parramatta in year 7?
Oh yeah. I remember. Yeah. I wasn't a part of that one. I was part of the older group. That really flunked that one. Yeah. All right.
I remember that day. So it was us with a whole bunch of boys. We just came with no expectations, and then we ended up winning it. Yeah. So we're like, oh yeah, we're all right. We're good. And then we went to the New South Wales one, thinking we were gonna get smashed. But then while we're going on, we're like, wow, we're actually an all right team. And then we ended up losing in like the semifinals to Petition Brothers,
which would have been a very tough game as well. Yeah,
and they ended up winning it, so
that makes sense. Good. So it goes from school team. So are you telling me that in that short amount of time that you had an exponential amount of growth, or is it more that your team was also really incredible?
I think it was a bit of both, because I remember summertime, I was just hooping.
Yeah, I know you were.
It was just I was going to the park mucking around. And then when it came to school time, I seen all these boys play reps, and I was just like, I was playing with them. So I guess it just got me better when I was around better people.
Of course. Yeah. So you finished that. You lost his Patrician Brothers in the semis. Yeah. So then I assume rep trials was after that?
Yeah, rep trials.
Talk to me about that.
I got selected for Div 3. I played Div 3, yeah.
And that's under 16s?
Under 16s, yeah.
Okay.
Under 16s, Div 3. I think that was bottom age. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So
that's tough.
Started from the
bottom, now you're here.
Yeah. And I remember, even the year before that, this was year 6 year, one of the rep coaches came out, and they were asking my mom that he should play reps. And this was like local comp, and my mom didn't know anything about reps. And they were like, what days do you play reps? They said on Sundays. And we have church on Sundays.
Yeah. So was the coach talking to your mum?
Yeah, he was talking to my mum.
And I can imagine your mum's reaction was just church on Sundays not happening.
Yeah, it happened. So I didn't even get to play reps that year.
Ouch.
So just a year missed off basketball because
I get what you're saying. But then what changed then? Was it you telling your mum that you really wanted to do this?
Yeah, I was every day just nagging her. I want to play reps. I just want to play basketball.
That's good for you.
So we had to make a way to work it.
Yeah. So going to Div 3, was it you had to prove yourself every game and trying to get those minutes, or were you just still in the back of the queue?
I'll say I wasn't like I was the best player on the team. I'm not gonna lie, I wasn't.
Yeah.
So it was just like me just doing my role. Just if it was like buckets, like grabbing rebounds, doing that. Nothing crazy.
And were you playing as like the tall person in the team still? Because like you are tall, but like there are people who are dramatically tall, but then don't have your athletic ability.
Yeah. So I was sort of in that middle. Like they'll play me at power forward.
Yeah.
Even though like I'm not the height of a power forward, but they'll just play me that because I was athletic. And,
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
Because you can jump higher than everyone, so you could act as that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. So you go from there, and then you progress. And what happened from there?
So that summer after Div 3, with the state performance team trials.
Yeah.
And this was like, I'm a Div 3 player.
That's what I was saying. Like, bro, they don't really take that usually.
I'm a Div 3 player. So I'm going into the tryouts. I don't know anybody. Like, this is everyone from New South Wales.
The best of the state.
Yeah. So I'm like, I don't know a single guy. I know these people off Instagram.
Yeah.
That's how I know these guys. So I come into the tryout. Like, I was just, me and my mom, we're in the car. My mom, very religious and Nigerian, so it was prayers the whole ride. It was like an hour-long ride. We're just praying the whole ride. We're just like, Lord, please, just help us. So we get into the tryouts, and I'm just an energy guy. So I'm just bringing the energy from the jump.
Yeah.
Like, all I know how to do is just run my lane hard, just layups, because by the time I didn't have a lot of a bag. I couldn't really shoot. I'm not gonna lie. So we get into the tryouts and we're just trying out this, that. Next minute, there's like some of the top state players at the time. And then one of these coaches, he comes up to me. He's like, I see potential in you. Like, if you really just lock in and play defense, even if you're not scoring the ball and you just play defense, you're going to get selected. That's what he told me.
Wow.
And that's coming from a Div 3 player.
As a Div 3 player, bottom age. Wow.
Bottom age. So I'm like, okay,
yes.
I'm going to play defense. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to play defense.
Yeah.
So I come in. I promise you my energy from the jump, I went for the best player there.
Yeah.
I just went at him.
Yeah.
I just kept on playing defense. A loose ball, I'll just dive on it.
Yeah. And
then 2 weeks later, we come back. I get selected for it. So I was like, wow. I was surprised.
I'm surprised, bro. That's what's crazy about that is that, there's such a big gap when it comes to like, you got your prems, your ones, your twos, your three, or however many teams, right? And I see that as a ref because, my way of thinking, all right, how am I going to ref this game is dramatically different between a prem team and a Div 2 or Div 3 now.
Yeah.
Like a prem team's always like, okay, we have to call the really weird stuff because they know how to play defense, so we have to focus on that. When it comes to the bottom grade, it's like, all right, we have to really rip on them on good defense because they're not going to be able to play. Yeah. So a Div 2 player to come in and outperform everyone else and get into the state performance?
Yeah, program, yeah.
That is a really big achievement. I don't think many people have done that.
Yeah, I was surprised too. I'm not gonna lie. Like,
what did the Hills Hornets say about that though?
No, nothing.
Not really. They didn't recognize it.
I think something might have came out, but I'm not sure.
Okay.
But I was surprised.
Yeah.
But like, it is what it is, Yeah. So we came in. When I got selected for it, I was the happiest man alive.
I can imagine.
I was so happy.
Yeah.
Like, me and my mom were just happy. We're smiling for 2 weeks straight. Just happy about it. And then from then, that's when I was like, yeah, I need to really start working.
Yeah.
So I remember for the state performance program, at the start of the year, we have a camp. So we go to the camp, and I probably played so bad. I played bad.
Okay.
So, like, in drills, because I'm not used to this fast-paced drills, all these drills of programs. Like, you know how basketball in New South Wales has a style of play? Mm-hmm. I wasn't new to any of it. And when we ran in Div 3, we didn't ran the concepts that they ran. No. So we get into it. I'm not doing the best, but it was just like, I'm just happy to be here. Yeah. Honestly, I was just happy to be there.
Yep.
Met a whole bunch of people. Some of my friends now are just from that experience alone. So then, I think it was, my first year of doing that. We would have like these group sessions, like these weekly sessions. Sorry, not weekly, it was bi-weekly. So we would all go to Netball Central in Olympic Park.
Yeah.
And one day, one of my mates and his older brother come, and they're talking about there's a school, one of these private schools that are interested in you to come. So
I've heard a couple of these stories.
Yeah. So they were like, one of them coaches DM'd me, talking about, we want to see how you play, add you to a piece of this puzzle. All we just want you to do is play your heart out, and we'll go from there.
Bro, Tommy's living like every ballish dream of getting like those texts, bro.
Yeah.
You're getting happy just thinking about it again.
It was some of the best memories, I promise you. Like, I remember 2:45, I'm just waiting to get out of school, hop on a bus, just get straight to the gym.
Yeah.
So we go to the gym, we're hooping, and then I see the coaches walk out. I see them in the Barca uniform.
Oh.
I'm like, wow, and there's 3 of them.
Yeah.
There's 3 of them. So I'm just like, wow. I wanna be here.
Yeah.
Because I remember talking, like, in year 8, I was just always talking about I wanna go to a better school,
Of course.
Just go to a school where I can play.
Yeah.
Because St. Mark's is good, but
we only play once a year against talent, and then unfortunately, I know you're with me, which is incredible. But you're not with actual ballers.
Yeah.
You want to be with you want people to scout you. You want people.
Yeah. So you just want to be somewhere where you can be seen, be trained. Because I remember we used to push for Thursday sport, but we never ended up getting Thursday sport.
It's just when you're not in a system that can provide that kind of facility, then it's hard to make that kind of change.
It's true.
It's better that you made the right decision in joining.
Yeah.
I thought you were joining Kings though. That's what I heard.
So there was a few schools that
lay it out to me, like if you can.
Okay, so the first one was Newington. Ooh. Newington was the first one.
Okay.
So I went to a practice session with the Newington squad.
Yeah.
That was probably like the worst performance I've ever had. I'm gonna be honest with you.
Ouch.
That was like, I came into school starstruck. Like, I'm talking, the facility looked like an American court.
Okay, yeah.
Newington's amazing.
Yeah.
So we're doing these drills where it's like you cross it over and then you pass it with your left. And I promise you, it was like 4 people coming at the same time. I was getting so confused in the middle of the drills. I didn't know what to do. I got lost. And I promise you, the coach probably thought, who is this kid? Why did we tell him to come?
Okay.
So that happened. I didn't hear anything back from them.
Ouch.
And then Kings was coming along. I thought I was going to end up going to Kings or something.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
We the Hornets have like quite a number of like players. You know what I'm talking about. Like go to Kings and all that. So I thought it was like, oh, you might find a home there.
So it was like a training camp for Hornets, and then the Kings coach, he comes. So I was talking to him, but nothing else progressed from it. And then Baca, when we were at the State Performance Program camp, they came along talking about all this stuff. So then after that day, it was a long process, but then eventually, this was like quarantine 2020.
Yeah.
2021, yeah.
Okay.
So then my mom gets a call from the coach, and they were like, we would like to offer Oliver Thomason a full scholarship to Baca College. Yeah.
Your mum...
She was happy.
I can imagine.
She was happy, yeah.
How did that make you feel?
I was like, finally. I was just like, I'm happy. I want to play the highest level of competition in New South Wales. You know? And
did you ever think, like, when you were struggling in Year 5 to, dribble the ball, to think that, you're going to get full scholarship at a private school to play ball?
No.
Because, like, I honestly, I'm not going to lie to you, I honestly didn't even think that kind of stuff happens in Australia. It's just like...
I didn't even think it happened too.
Like, in Australia, in my opinion, just like, you can't just join a group and then if you're good at it, you just become the best in your group, if that makes sense. Like in America, I know people, I know that's very common, like, high schools with, so much facilities, seek talent out.
Yeah.
But like to hear what happened to you, I'm like, bro, he's living an American dream in Australia.
Yeah.
So, okay, so you got the call, you're both happy, everyone's ecstatic. What happened from there?
So I think I had to even join the school year 9, come towards the end of year 9, but it was quarantine.
Yeah.
So I was joining online. So
Ouch, that would have been tough.
For a whole term, I was just only seeing people online. And it was an awkward experience.
I can imagine.
Just not knowing who these people are.
Yeah.
But I'm just seeing their cameras and like everyone's doing their own thing.
Yeah.
So it was me and one of my other friends. We both got scholarships.
Nice.
Yeah, so it was both of us there. And we were there, but he wasn't able to play because he was injured. So it was just me. When we went back to school, it was just me playing. And I didn't even get to play on the first team at the start. I had to work my way up. So even just because I had the scholarship, there was still no handouts. Yeah.
Okay.
So I was playing my age group, 10As. So I was playing on the 10As team. It was fun. Like, we was just enjoying it because they gave me the keys and I could do whatever I want. I had the freedom. And then coming into year 10, that year 10 summer, I just remember I'm on the train. I get a call. One of the coaches, he calls me and he says, we would like to move you up to the first team. And this is on the train.
And that's to represent Baca, right?
Yeah, that's the top team.
That versus whoever they verse, that's who they send.
Yeah.
Wow, okay.
So I got selected for that. I'm happy. I'm smiling on the train on the way home. I get home, surprise my mom, I tell her.
Yeah.
So then we go to the training, we're training with them, and then we have our first tournament. It was at Trinity Grammar, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a school, it was like a cup where we played all the GPS and CAS schools. So we played, I think one of the games we played Joey's. Yeah.
That would have been a tough game.
It was all right game. We ended up winning that game.
Okay.
So it was good. Just a good first experience. I think I had probably 5, 6 points. But I had no expectations.
Absolutely.
Just coming into it.
Yeah.
So it was good. And that's when I really learned high level basketball. Because I know them training sessions we had, it was no joke. I'm talking, we're full. I remember we'd have to wear these trackers on our back.
Yeah.
So we would have to wear the trackers, a full track. We have our strength and conditioning staff. They're looking at how much effort we're putting in. And then we'll go through training sessions. We'll go through film sessions. And I didn't even know how to watch film back then. Just scouting our players, we'll look. I'll be in the room just a little confused sometimes, not knowing what I'm doing. And then my coach would just call me out. Tomi Ayodele-Osho, what are we doing here? And I'm just I don't know, coach. It was a good experience, though, because I remember first game I started, I just remember getting the call up. He was like, oh, yeah, we would like to start you against, I think it was against Knox Grammar. Yeah.
And isn't Knox the rivalry?
Yeah, the rivalry.
I remember. Well, hold on. I remember. No, it was your sister telling me. I don't know. I think I was like, "Oh, how's Tommy going?" He goes, "Yeah, he's going good." Oh, you should come. You should come to the game. I'm like, what game? The rivalry. This big game. So tell me about that.
The Knox game it's always Barker versus Knox, because we're 10 minutes apart. So they're right down the road from us.
Yeah.
And they're blue. We're red.
It just has to happen.
It has to happen.
Yeah.
So they come in. We come in. It's the most heated game. And I'm talking the game everywhere is packed. And this is a Saturday game. Saturday games don't really get packed. But then everyone's there. The game's going. They had one big man who's 6'10". He's pretty good.
Jesus.
He was good.
Yeah.
And they had this one guard, Shifty. So we ended up losing that game. But it was an interesting game.
Yeah. Is it true that in these private school vibes where they just have they still have the chance and they still have all this. Tell me about that, because I've never been able to experience that.
So I think the worst game I played in terms of the crowd has been St. Aloysius.
Okay.
So it was, if they won that game, they were playing at our home court. If they won the championship. So for us, the year before, we got disrespected and someone won a championship on our home.
That's not good.
So this year coming in, I remember all the seniors from the year before were talking about, we can't let this happen. We can't let this happen. Yeah. Aloysius, they pull up with the whole school. So, and they're just yellow and blue. So we just remember from the colors, they were just all yellow and blue everywhere. One side yellow and blue, one side red. And I'm talking, they have all the chants. They had the whole chant squads. We're trying to bang buckets. Our team, and when we're calling out plays, you can't hear. I'm talking, I couldn't hear a single play that was getting called out.
That's harsh.
It was bad.
That's harsh. That's the strategy of it, though, isn't it? Yeah.
Because we were on the offensive side, and that's their side, too. So they're just screaming at us, and every time we would get a bucket, they would go quiet. Our whole side just starts going crazy. I'm talking, this game probably had 300 people at it.
But just even though people 300 people is not a lot, just a normal basketball stadium with 300 people just screaming.
A whole bunch of schoolboys.
Schoolboys are
screaming.
And are they in proper uniform and everything?
Yeah, everyone's in proper uniform and everything. And then they got their chant masters wearing for us it was a special red suit. For them, I think they were wearing the army suit.
Yeah.
So everyone was just going at it. It was crazy.
We've never it's so fun to hear this because in my experiences, we never have this kind of stuff.
Yeah.
The closest thing we have to chances, of course, swimming carnivals, all this kind of stuff. And I was the chant master, whatever you call it. That's the closest thing I've always wanted to experience. That kind of schoolboy camaraderie where they're actually heavily involved in the teams. If that makes sense. I mean, I know it's against you in that way. But I know how Barker boys and all that would support you as well.
Yeah.
So that happens. Barker happens. When does America happen?
I think it was sometime around year 10.
Okay.
So I go to a camp, my friends, we all get invited to a camp.
Yeah.
There's a coach from America who's coming. His name's Coach Smith. To this day, like, he's done a lot. So Coach Smith, he's there. We just know that there's a coach coming from America. All these boys get invited. It's somewhere in Redfern at Sydney Olympic.
Yeah.
Or somewhere there. So we're at the camp. We go there. We just see this big coach. Bald head. He's got his glasses on. He stands up. He shakes my mate's hand. He was like, "Hey, Chief." Hey. He was like, "I need you to shake like a real man." Says it like that. So I'm coming in. I'm like, hold up.
Yeah,
hold up. Okay.
Let's go.
All right. So I come, I shake him. I'm like, "Hey, coach, my name's Tomi." Firm grip and everything. Firm grip. Because I could tell from that moment, like, he doesn't mess around. He doesn't play.
Yeah.
So we go into the camp, and this is my first time seeing an American coach.
Yeah.
So the stuff that Australian coaches do, they don't play like that. Yes, sir. Yes, that. He doesn't like that. He says, "Hey, Chief, man, we don't do that. We don't do that where I'm from."
So wait, are you saying that like are you saying in Australia, like,
yeah,
what's the difference? Are you saying like Australia that's more proper, or are you saying
yeah,
in
it's
America
more proper.
Okay.
It's more yes, man, because you can't argue back with your coach. It's just yes, coach.
Okay.
Yes, this, yes, sir.
Yeah.
In America, it's not like that. Like, you
Okay.
can't just suck up to your coach. But obviously, you got to listen to him, but it's
Yeah.
not a lot of that.
Okay.
So we go into the camp, and we're doing some drills that I've never done before. I remember he had us doing this passing drill. We're moving on the run. We're passing behind the back. Me and my friend were just messing up. I'm like, oh no. Like, we're just trying to do this drill, and it's going bad. And then he has us all in a line. And then, like, after we finish, and he starts talking to us. He points at me. And then he was like, you know who you remind me of? It was like Fox, De'Aaron Fox, like in his American accent. So he was like, "Oh yeah, you remind me, you got this short hair like him when he was younger back in Texas." So I was like, "Okay, yeah." So from that day, for like a year, all my close friends would just call me Fox. It was just Fox.
That's hilarious. I don't know if
Yeah.
they're bullying you or they're like,
It was just a thing because he caught it, so he just started it. So everyone was calling me Fox from that day. And then we have a talk with him. We're sitting down, and he starts pointing people out. And he was like, yeah, starts pointing me out. He says, "I like the way you play, your intensity, like the way you move and run.
Yeah.
You're a very fast kid. And just pushing your ball, like, we like that."
Yeah.
So I didn't think nothing of it. Like, oh, yeah, it's an American coach. He's calling me up. Oh, yeah, it's nice. And then I think, like, a few months later, I'm just in my room, just chilling. I get a call, and then it's from one of my coaches saying, "Oh yeah, there's a school out in Phoenix, Arizona. Would like you to go." And at that point, I promise you, like,
that's ultimate
yeah.
dreams. Oh my God. Yeah.
like, in my heart, I'm like, I remember from back in the day, I was like, if I ever get a chance, I'm taking it. I'm taking it.
Take that.
But then when I got the call, I can't lie, I was scared.
I can imagine you would have been scared.
I was scared because then I started thinking about everything. Like, I'm just thinking, damn, I'm going to America. Like, I'm going to be out with my parents. I was even thinking, yo, what if I just get shot up in the street?
That's the tough side
Yeah.
of it, isn't it? Yeah, you don't
'Cause
know all this stuff.
Everyone's just scared about, like, gun violence. That's all I'm hearing. And I hear about Arizona, how they got the gun laws in Arizona.
Yep.
So I'm scared. And then my coach is like, yo, there's nothing to be worried about. It's just America. You're not just going to get shot up for no reason. But I was still...
I
was
get what you're
still
saying.
scared.
Yeah.
So, like, my mom, she was happy, but at the same time, she was also, like, a little worried.
I can imagine.
Yeah, just because her son's leaving. I was 15 at the time. Yeah, so...
That's a tough pill to swallow for anyone, as any parent.
Yeah, just you have 2 children, and one of them is about to leave at 15. So
To America.
To America, yeah. It was hard.
I can imagine that, because of the hard work you put into it and how much effort your mum would have helped you, driving you to everywhere and supporting you and helping you and pushing you. in that moment of time, even if she was scared, she's always like, all right, well then what's the point of doing all this if we don't take this opportunity?
Yeah.
It's not true. Like a random, thing.
Yeah. She was like, if this is really what you want to do, we're going to support you no matter what.
Yeah.
So I said, yeah, I would like to do it. And then from then on, I was like a few months in progress to get everything finalized. And then I think 3 months later, something like that, I was off. Yeah.
Okay. Now, is there a big benefit in going to America for these high school things? Is it for the talent and versing the talent, or is it the kind of scouting vibes, like to get into an American college?
I'll say, like, even if you don't even get to an American college and you're hooping in America at a high level, like, you're going to just get better naturally.
Yeah. But
then obviously there's an aspect of you're going to get scouted, you're going to have more opportunities no matter what, because over in Sydney, there's not a lot of opportunities for basketball. It's like right now we have the NBL 1 and NBL.
Yeah.
But over there's so many pathways you can take in.
So many different.
Yeah.
And all of them get, like it's not one. I mean, like, people like college, definitely, if you get the top, like Duke or whatever, you of course you get the eyes, but like, there's like, the overtime league. And if you even play the Drew League, but you play like really good and get like, play with some talent, get some undrafted, it's just like, there's so many pathways in there.
There's a lot.
So, okay, you get over there. Tell me about that experience. I can imagine it would have been crazy.
Yeah, so I remember we first got to LA.
Yeah.
We stayed at our coach's house. It was me and 3 other boys. And we were just there. We were starstruck. Like, we get into the house, we're like, wow, this is America. Like, we're staying at this nice house, just beautiful, nice area.
Yeah.
And we're surprised.
Yeah.
And then we get onto the court, and we're like, whoa, this is no joke. Like, this American stuff's no joke. It's fast-paced, just run and gun. You shoot, you pass, or you drive. Like, he told us you have, like, a split second to make a decision, or you're too slow. Like, it's just quick.
Yeah.
So I felt like we gained a lot just from being over there. For, like, I remember the first time I was there for 3 months. So it was just 3 months of playing and practicing. And we were scrimmaging against, like, high-level guys.
Yeah.
Like, we would go to some of these runs at the facility, this big hoop place in Arizona. And there was some, like, NBA players. So we had, like, Thon Maker, Jamal Murray was there.
Yeah.
So, yeah, a few of those guys, a lot. It was good.
So then, wasn't there an experience where you were you training with Thon? Is that an actual thing or no? Or am I making shit up?
No, so I was rebounding for him for a long time. I'm not gonna lie. Some nights I'll just go and rebound for him.
Yeah.
But just even rebounding with him, you learn a lot. Like, you can see why this guy's a pro.
Yeah.
Like, he's a 7-footer, and his handle is tight. His shot is nice. So we're just rebounding, and we're soaking it in like a sponge.
Yeah.
You see him, and then sometimes one of us will be rebounding. He'll be like, hey, go do some ball handling, go do something. Like, he was trying to help us get better by either rebounding, watching how he can play, or just telling us to do little stuff, ball handle, and then we'll do runs with him. Like, when we're doing runs with some of these NBA guys he would take me through the steps, like, all right, do this, do that.
Wow, that's pretty
so
good.
It was good.
Yeah. So, okay, you're in America. What happens from then to now here? What's happened?
So I was at Dream City, and I played for the open team. So it was varsity level competition.
Wow.
Yeah, and we came second in the state semifinals. We lost to our other team, which is the international team, which plays the national schedule. So we lost to them guys. So it was a close game.
Yeah.
And then I played AAU for Arizona Unity.
Wow, that's
so
good.
It was a good run. We
Yeah.
did well, but obviously because I had to come home, so I couldn't finish the whole thing out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good experience.
Okay, so now we've got the past. What's the future looking like?
Hopefully this year get my first Division I scholarship.
To where? It's like
Anywhere.
a high school or college?
College. Yeah.
How old are you?
I was 16, going into my junior year though. So this is when recruiting starts.
Really? Okay,
Yeah.
so you can join a high school. Sorry, no, you can join a college at what age?
Once I finish after senior year.
Okay, so
Yeah.
in junior year you can start getting your Div 1 scholarships, and then after that, you get, okay, that makes more sense. All right. So
Yeah.
this is where this shit starts.
Yeah. So this year, it's gonna be a long process, but
Do you feel confident in like people's feedback in terms of like you're gonna get a scholarship?
yeah, I feel like possibly, yeah, because I've had coaches tell me sometimes, like, if you just keep on working, then it will happen. It'll come through due time.
Yeah.
Like, I feel like I'm just going on my own path right now.
Okay.
So I know some of my friends, they already have scholarships, and some are getting interest, such as me. But, like, it's like everyone has their own path and journey.
Yeah.
So I feel like if I just keep on staying on my route, just taking one day at a time, I feel like, yeah.
Preference, where would you go? Dream time. I'm
UCLA.
UCLA?
Yeah. UCLA.
I'll give that. I'll give that to you. That's a good place. That's good.
Yeah.
Why?
I just like California a lot.
Yeah.
And LA. And UCLA is just historic. It's a nice school. Jordan brand. I want to wear my Jordan gear and everything.
And fucking
and
Disneyland.
Yeah.
Fuck yeah, Disneyland.
Disneyland. Yeah.
I'm just saying, I like Duke. I don't know why. I like the
Duke's nice. Yeah.
Duke's nice.
Yeah.
Would you reject it? Sorry, would you reject an offer from Duke if they got it?
If it was from UCLA, if I got an offer from UCLA and Duke,
You'll take UCLA.
I'll take UCLA. Yeah.
Ouch, bro. Come on.
Yeah, I might have to take UCLA.
Okay, I'll give you that. Okay. Now, here's probably the easiest question for you, but the hardest way to get there. NBA?
It's a goal.
Ooh,
It's
maybe
a
it wasn't
goal.
an easy question. Oh, all right.
Yeah.
Lay it on me.
Just it's a long process still.
Okay.
So there's still a lot of way. I still have to make my way up, and
Of course, you still have a
Get
lot.
my
You have
name
a
out.
big
Yeah.
journey, of course,
Yeah.
but you've been balling, you've been trying, you've been working every day, you
Yeah.
know, and it's not like you're just showboating, because I've seen you do this. Like, I've seen, like, every time I drive past anywhere, you see at the basketball court.
yeah,
Or I just know, like, if you're not here, you're in America balling, or, you know, you're still progressing.
yeah.
So when is this effort going to be, you know, used in terms of, like, are you going to try and play pro? Are you
Yeah.
going to get your degree in college, play in college ball, get your degree, and then go do something else? What's your goal with that?
I think it's play pro.
Play pro.
Just play pro. Like,
Could be
obviously anywhere,
Yeah.
even back home, because I know Australia has a good route now.
Australia's
One of my
doing really
friends, he's playing a pro already. He's 17 years old.
good. For the Kings?
Yeah,
So
for the
that DP
Kings.
Yeah, I've
Yeah.
heard about that. Yeah.
So just the route that the NBL has now, like, if it's not the NBA, it could be the NBL. And there's obviously Europe. Europe's amazing. The league they have.
EuroLeague would be incredible because of
Yeah.
the traveling and that.
Travel, go see all of Europe, go to Spain.
Even if you did Euro for a year or two,
Yeah.
just to get everything done,
Yeah.
then you can go.
It would be nice.
Well, if you were to play the EuroLeague, or if you were to play in the, you know, higher tops of the NBL. Oh, here's an actual question now already. Okay, I know you're very, you know, influenced by your Nigerian culture, right?
Yeah.
You're an Australian citizen as well, though,
Yeah.
right? Okay. So, are you going to be a boomer? I knew it.
Yeah.
Are you going to be a boomer, or are you going to be, I don't know what that.
Tigers. The
Tigers.
D Tigers. Yeah.
Okay.
See, that's been asked a lot of times. I've had that question a lot of times. but
Okay, lay it on me.
I want to be a boomer, though. I want to be a boomer. Yeah.
Because I've seen you, I think when it was the World Cup, I've seen you know, colours, and you're supporting it.
Support
and I love
Nigeria.
it.
Yeah.
And I'm sure to get an offer from the Nigerian team
Yeah.
would be incredible.
It would be amazing.
But you're going to try and be a boomer.
Trying to be a boomer because I'm trying to win a gold medal.
I get what you're saying.
And it would just be amazing to bring a gold medal to Australia.
Yeah.
Because I grew up here. My friends are from here.
Absolutely right.
I'll do it.
Now, especially being that, you know, from Australia, what's with your American accent, bro? I'm not liking it, bro. Bro, it's like, you know, you're mixing. Like, you've had the same thing. You had, like, water.
You know, once you've been in America for too long, you're around Americans. And then I'm around a lot of Canadians, too.
Canadians?
That Canadian accent is strong.
Yeah,
The Canadian accent is strong, especially them guys from Toronto. Like, they be...
Toronto.
Yeah. So... It's just a whole bunch of accents mixed together. I feel like,
Well, Tommy, thank you very much for joining the podcast.
Thank you for having me.
I know you were nervous. You did
Yeah.
incredible. And this is going to be a good story for anyone to listen. And then when you get your professional debut or whatever, we'll bring this one forward.
Yep.
Okay. So I appreciate you coming on the podcast.
Thank you.
Shout out your social media or anything to try and get some.
On Instagram, it's Tomi_Ayodele-Osho. And yeah, that's it.
All right. Thank you very much for listening on Spotify. Thank you very much for watching on YouTube, TikTok, and Instagram. And catch you all later.
He was one side from around the way.